$4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the show is Square One. You got the usual guys in the house. Mr. Anzo, what's up? How you doing, sir?
What is up, Mr. Graham? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Next, we have Mr. Roberto, a.k.a. Mendizel. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, sir. How you doing today? What's up, people?
Next, we got Mr. Josh, Mr. Movie Aficionados. What's up, Josh? How you doing, bro?
Oh, how's it going, man? How's it going?
And this guy came on here probably about a few months back, but he's making his return. Mr. Quentin, how you doing, sir?
What's up, fellas? Long time no see.
Should I call you Mr. 49er? Mr. 49er. I got a question on here.
I like that
just
name.
for you.
And
Yes, sir.
you can call him Mr. 49er. I'm gonna call him Mr. Tom Brady hater.
Oh my Lord.
Oh my God.
So him and Chris will get along,
Welcome to the show.
Oh, he thinks if Chris was here, the two of them would be on us together.
So Quentin, you telling me, based on what Tom Brady has done in his NFL career, he is not the greatest quarterback of all time?
No,
that's what you tell.
Not in my opinion. No.
Okay, who is?
Okay, okay. So if you want to say greatest quarterback, no. The most accomplished, I'll give you that. Whatever. He's been on 7 winning teams, but for the position of quarterback, he's not the most skilled quarterback that's ever played in the NFL.
You don't have to be the most.
What is the common denominator on those 7 teams that he's been on?
6 of them were Bill Belichick, and the last one was.
so this Tampa Bay coach coached that team to the Super Bowl. That's what you're telling me?
No, what I'm telling you is that. Okay, so you go back through all the Super Bowls. Besides, I'll give him the Atlanta game and the Philly game he played really good in. But what one of those games did they win because of Tom Brady?
All of them.
Yeah, every single one, especially the Seattle one too.
Two of them were last-second field goals. The Seattle gave him that Super Bowl.
Okay,
I don't know what.
If those teams did not have Tom Brady as a quarterback, would they have made it to the Super Bowl? You think?
In my opinion, probably.
Wow.
Tom Brady is okay. Well, let me start. When I say this, I'm not saying he's shit. I'm not saying he.
Yeah.
Quentin has been sent to the Phantom Zone where he will stay probably for the remainder of the show if you don't get his mind right.
And Quinn, when you come back,
saying correct things.
Quinn, when you come back, tell us who the GOAT is. Since you told us why Brady isn't, who is the GOAT?
Welcome back.
Okay. I know Anto's gonna jump on me. I think not because of my affiliation or love for the team. I think Joe Montana is the greatest quarterback.
Yes, it is.
What? That's funny. That's funny.
Oh man! No, I give it all to Jerry Rice. Like I said before the show, Jerry Rice gets all of them. It's all his.
Oh, that was good.
But okay,
I wish Tom Brady had Jerry Rice. Imagine Tom Brady. I'm sorry, what?
He had Randy Moss, and he still lost the Super Bowl.
He had Randy Moss for 1 year.
1 year.
And they went 16-0 and lost to a team they should have murdered in the Super Bowl.
Any given Sunday, team can.
But it was one of the best defenses. It was one of the best defenses of all time, which is.
They were heavily favored. They were 16-0 and they still lost.
Okay. We'll get back to that later. I want to give a shout out to the chat. What's up, Caleb? What's up, Flash? Alternator, thank you, sir, for modding. We appreciate it. Who else? Who else? King David, what's up? Thank you, sir. We appreciate you joining us. And we're gonna go ahead and get on with the first question. First, like we always do, we do the NBA questions first, and then we transition into the NFL questions, which usually bring a little bit more heated discussion. So let's see. What is the first
I don't want
NBA
to do it to
question?
him.
What
Here
up,
we go.
people in the chat?
Has the 3-point shot hurt or helped the game? I forgot who asked this earlier this week.
Yeah, was someone in the chat, right?
Someone in the
There was a
chat.
chat question, yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been Khalib or Flash.
I don't want to be the first on this one. I'm curious to see what
But
you
the
guys
question
think.
is, has the 3-point shot? I'll go first. Has the 3-point shot hurt or helped the game? I think if you're a more offensive-minded team, it has definitely helped. But if you're more on the traditional defense team and low post game, then it's going to hurt, especially if you don't have any good 3-point shooters on your team. Whether you like the 3-point tool in your toolbox, you would be a fool not to have somebody who's a sharpshooter or marksman. They had it way back then with
Kerr,
Larry
Reggie
Bird was a
Miller,
3-point
Larry
shooter.
Miller.
Michael Cooper was a 3-point shooter. Reggie Miller was a 3-point shooter. Glenn Rice was a 3-point shooter. Steph Curry dad, Dale Curry, was a 3-point shooter. So the 3-point shooters have been around. And of course, what's the guy that played was on the Celtics and then went to the Heat? God, I can't think of his name.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen was a 3-point shooter. So the 3-point shot has been around. It didn't hurt the game back then. I think now that people are using it more, and we're seeing big men using it more. When traditionally we see big men in the low post, that low post game has become a thing of the past. So, with everything, times and situations change and evolve. This may be the season that we see 3 points. 10 years down the road, it may go back to low post game and that kind of scoring. But right now, 3 points is the seems to be the main thing on the table. It's a faster game. Some people was talking about how that's when they got the shot clock, 24 seconds. I think they're talking about even making the shot clock lower, try to make the game faster. So I personally don't have a problem with it. I don't think it's killed the game. I definitely think it's killed the game. You just kill a certain portion of the game. If you're the kind of fan or you're the kind of team that likes to grind the ball, I think those days are over, because I can remember watching Celtics, Lakers, Sixers, Detroit, the Bulls. Games was like 80-something, 90s. Now games are 120 something. That's the norm now. It doesn't bother me. Now, like an all-star game when it's just shooting. Yeah, but a lot of these times when it comes to playoff time, they crank up the defense too. Not all teams, but most teams crank up the defense. So the reason that the scores are so high, because the 3 points, they add up pretty quick. So to answer the question, I don't think it has killed the game. I just think that it's changed the game, and some people just don't like change.
I'll go second on that, because I do disagree with Danny. I think the 3-point shot has hurt the game. And yes, you're right. They did have a lot of 3-point shooters back in the day, but they were not shooting as much. Now it's just 3-point brick. I get it. It's a high-scoring game, and that's what the NBA wants. Please do not drop the shot clock to less than 24 seconds. I don't want them to do that. 24 seconds is absolutely fine for that. But man, it's like I don't really want to watch these games anymore, because you got guys like Harden who dribble, 3-point shot, dribble, 3-point shot, dribble, pass, get the pass back, 3-point shot. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, I get it. I want to see. I'm back from the old school with the Pistons, the New York Knicks, the San Antonio Spurs. I like defensive mind teams. I like them getting stops on defense, running up, pushing it up. I want the dunking back. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, it was just you get that lane, you're dunking it. Now people have wide open. They get the ball. It's a wide open shot to the lane, and they pull up for a 3-pointer. I actually don't remember saying that, but the season's still young, so who knows? They still might not make it.
You want to go third, Roberto or Quentin?
I'll take third. I don't
Okay.
mind.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Q. We're gonna go in statistical order, I guess.
Oh, okay.
um, I would have to agree with Onzo and Danny. Back in the day, 3-pointers did exist, yes, but I think they were assigned to snipers. These guys were more or less the guys that were notorious to hit that shot 40% of the time or even 35% of the time.
Mhm.
But now it seems to be like, you're watching a tennis match, man. Brick, 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 like anybody. Like Danny said, big men are throwing it up. And sometimes when they're throwing it up, if you just look at their whole body work, how they look so awkward. Like, why are you even taking this shot? Back in the day, there would have been a timeout, and that guy would have been at the end of the bench. Now this guy could just run up and down the court and still take those shots. And it's like, honestly, my attention is very minuscule when it comes to watching NBA games when that happens. As soon as I start seeing that, I'm gone somewhere else.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily disagree with you. Just one point, Roberto. I think certain people got the green light. Certain people that got high percentages, like Steph Curry and the Splash Brothers. Certain players on other teams, LeBron, maybe Kyrie, and like Roberto's. I mean, like what Alonso said, James Harden. I don't like James Harden style, that dribble. I just don't like that particular. But the way that I've seen other teams won it, I don't really have a problem with it. But like you said, when it start getting just ridiculous, brick, then that's when the coach got to call us. Hey, look, when we making it, okay. But when you just you passing up a high percentage shot, what you think might be a three, then I got a problem with that. Because especially if somebody down there in the low post or in the mid range that can get an easy two or easy layup, it'd be stupid if you're not a high percentage 3-point shooter to shoot the 3-point. But if you look at a lot of these people's statistics, they're in the 30s and some are close to the 40s, so that's high for 3-point shooting. But I understand what both of you are saying, but if I'm on the fast break, I'm not going to stop and shoot the three unless I'm Steph Curry or one of the Splash Brothers that got a very high percentage. I'm going to go ahead and tell that player, man, look, throw it down to a guy, get the layup, get the dunk, get the fast break. So,
But it's like they almost stopped building houses, Danny. Building houses in reference, I mean going down low. All they're doing is building condos on the outside. Condos. And the game is slowly diminishing, man. Like, even, big men ain't really taking it down low anymore like you used to see. And it's sad.
I agree.
That's my point.
yeah, but okay, I hear what you're saying. I don't entirely disagree. But I can remember when when NFL was a running league, where the running backs were. Now it's a passing league, but I still like football. I mean,
Yeah, but the game didn't
see-
decline when it became a passing game. It just meant the passing took over on running.
Mhm.
There wasn't a
that like running.
decline, right?
I
Sorry?
don't think it's a decline in it. I don't think the NBA hit a decline. The NBA is more global than football, but NFL has more fans and TV stats, like television viewing than the NBA.
Yes.
It used to be my number 2 game fight, in all honesty. Back in the day, as much as I loved NFL, it was NBA and NFL between those two. Because, sorry, hockey was my first love by my father's choice, right?
Yeah.
No regrets. But now, it's not even close. If there's an NFL game and an NBA game, I don't care who's playing in the NBA.
It depends on that. If it's some team I don't.
No, I'm just
care
giving
about-
you my outlook.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm a little disinterested with this new NBA. I know it's evolving, but it's evolving to a game that I'm not really fond of.
Is you just interested because the players that we've grown up seeing are retired and out of it, and so we don't know some of these new
Not
players?
necessarily. I just think the guys like Curry don't get the same recognition as, say, he was playing back in the day, because so many guys are shooting it now. There's other guys taking away that recognition. They could be hot. One guy hits 7 for 8 from the 3-point line, and then you never hear from him again. You know what I mean? There's just so many guys shooting the ball from there now, Danny. It's just like Curry's like, hey, it ain't that easy, man. try and hit my numbers, but yet you could be lucky one night and not another.
Mm-hmm.
I saw 2 for 25 from the 3-point line in a game.
Hey,
2 for
also,
25.
you got the Algernon look going on. What's up, bro?
It blocks the light from my yeah.
Anti-glare.
Mhm.
All right,
okay.
Mr. Quentin, what you think, sir?
Makes me look a lot more smarter, you know, like I'm a
like a
scholar.
nerd. You look more than a nerd.
My shit looks like I'm looking in the future. This is fucking.
What's up, Quentin? What you got to say, bro?
It's
Chris is working on another
Where-
stream of the show. That's why he's not here, but he may pop in.
Oh.
Also, I'm sorry, Quentin. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is one of those rare occasions where me and Anzo agree on the same point.
Wow.
I think it's hurting because I do prefer the older game where they worked the ball inside and then kicked it out to their 3-point shooter. But I find that now the 3-point shooting has become such a quote unquote trendy thing to do that you see teams, they'll come down on offense and their whole 4 to 5 guys are all outside the 3-point line and you're just shooting the ball around trying to get that 3-point shot. And to me, if I want to watch a 3-point contest, I'll wait till All-Star weekend. That's what to me, that when I watch it, that's what it comes down to. And like Roberto said, I can't watch those games. I'll turn it off. If an NBA game is on, I'd rather watch UFC fights than NBA because I know the NBA is going to be 90%, 80% of them just shooting threes all day. It's exciting for people to watch because, you're scoring 130 points or whatever. And if you're hitting it, it's great. But if, like Roberto said, if you're hitting brick after brick after brick after brick, who wants to watch that? Who's going to sit there through an hour of that just to watch them throw bricks all day? I just think teams have got too dependent on.
You're right.
I
You're
can't
right.
find my Phantom Zone button today.
Oh,
I love the NBA, man.
I know we're hurting him. We're hurting him. But Danny, we're just
God.
being honest. We're just being honest.
I used
That's
to watch it all the time, but now it's like I can't watch it anymore because it's the same shit every day.
For me, it initially started with the All-Star game, with the slam dunk contest. That's when I really started losing interest, but that's a whole nother conversation.
All right, Mr. Josh,
that's a whole nother app.
please be the voice of reason.
Yeah, man, I'm going to be. And as the last person here talking, I'm going to echo, I guess, what everybody said. There were some good points that all of you guys made, and some points that I definitely disagree with on both sides. I lean more towards you, though, Danny. I do lean more towards you in the sense of
Yes.
here's a solution. All right, why don't you defend these 3-point shots? And you know what I mean? What was that?
Sorry, I didn't mean to do it. I said the rim is. I said the rim is.
It's not though, and that's what I disagree with. I highly disagree with that. If you watch teams like Dallas, it's not brick after brick after brick and building condos. It's swish after swish after swish. Luka from downtown and all that. But you can defend that, and you can play around the perimeter, which might have teams. And I'll go against one thing that you did say, Danny, is the difference between the NFL and it being passing only. The ratio is way off. There's way more 3-point shots than there is passing. I think the running and passing is more mixed in the NFL. There's more of an option. And it's that way because teams need to be diverse and defend both the run and the pass. If you have teams on the perimeter, maybe guarding some of these 3-point shots, if it's possible, then you might have teams that are more honest. The other thing, though, the issue is if you play more down low, like Zion going to the basket, Zion's already been hurt. It causes a lot of injuries. These people driving to the basket ends a lot of careers.
Are we that side of the track now? Let's play flag football. NFL's a little tough.
No. I'm not, I don't care. I don't care about that.
Oh, Danny, wait. I want to see the.
So
oh shit! You found some zone, everybody.
Roberto, Roberto, you are Phantom Zone.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was going to be me or Roberto.
Roberto is Phantom Zone. Talk about all stuff. Basketball is not football and hockey. Okay. Last time I checked, hockey and football wear pads. What kind of pads you see on a basketball court? None.
Hey, Danny.
Why you
Danny, I wanted one. I'm sorry, Danny.
Why are you making reference to hockey? Did I? I didn't say hockey.
One more thing, Danny. I'm going to share this with you. This is a little bit of a visual for everybody to see. If you want to share it. It's the difference between 2001 and 2 versus 2019 and 20.
Damn.
Yeah. You know what I noticed about this though too?
Shit.
There were a lot more jumpers from
put my
here at
glasses
the
on for
2-point
that.
range. There's no reason to shoot a jumper. It's actually evolved. I think it's
Holy
evolved.
shit!
Yeah, man.
It looks like there's an eagle in 2001.
This looks like
it
a
looked
flame.
like a turd in 1920.
I was saying a flame because it's fire.
Look at the wings, though. Where are
That's crazy.
Where are the shots from the wings?
Yeah, they shoot a lot from the wings.
But this just
I
shows.
don't agree with that.
The wings.
Rosen doesn't have an effect.
They're behind that line there. That's where the wings are at, behind the line.
But I'm talking in between the lines and the fucking free throws.
I know what you're
The
saying.
box.
But I'm saying they moved to that big curve right there. That's where the wings are at now.
Oh,
the team is hitting. I know what you're saying, Alzo. And my answer is there ain't no more damn wings. They have evolved to the 3-point line. If your team hitting, if the Spurs start hitting threes, you're gonna start watching them.
I'm not really watching basketball right now, though.
What? You're not watching the Spurs?
I haven't watched one game this year yet.
Oh my god,
not one.
And none of y'all watch a game this season yet?
I did. I watched a lot of Celtics games, and I also watched a lot of the highlights. I try to watch every highlight that I can.
You watch a game this season?
I don't think I am yet to watch a full game.
Oh my god, quit! You ain't watched a game this season yet?
I might have watched like 10 minutes of a Raptors game. At the most.
I wanted to say one more thing, Danny. You made a really good point about big men, too. Big men didn't always used to shoot. Like, Shaq used to be awful. He couldn't even shoot from the 3-point line. And now there's, like, the Kristaps Porzingises and Kevin Loves. These guys are hitting more threes than any of, like, those guys from the past. You know what I mean? Jordan used to hit a lot of – didn't Jordan used to hit a lot of threes, too, though?
No. Because back in the day, they didn't shoot as much threes. In games, he shot a lot of threes. There was one game where he winds up the court and he's doing this. Yeah, he hit a lot of threes in that game. But for threes, that's his.
It wasn't part of his game.
Not like that, obviously. Not like this.
The reason why he did it because they was comparing him to I think Clyde Drexler won the MVP that year or something. They was like, he's just as good as Jordan. So Jordan said, "Oh no, shut the fuck up! I'm about to show you." So that's why he went off like that. That ain't a normal part of his game.
I saw an interview with Magic Johnson on Jim Kimmel talking about that game, and he was with Michael Jordan the night before, and it was like 1:30 in the morning, and Magic said, "Well, you got to go to bed. You got a game." And he told Magic Johnson that night, "I'm going to fuck Clyde Drexler up tomorrow." And that's when he went out and hit the 6 threes in a row.
One thing I've seen about Jordan and Tom Brady, I can't speak for the other great, but they would kind of make shit up. Like, oh, Josh said that 2 years ago.
Yeah, they put themselves in scenarios. Yeah.
So if they can use that kind of stuff, even if it's a lie, to make themselves get up for a game, hey.
Well, there's no social media either, though. There's no Twitter
all the time. I be sending Jordan and Tom Brady all kind of shit.
But now there's no Twitter, or there was no Twitter back then, so it's not like, oh, so and so tweeted. Did you see what he tweeted about the game? You know what I mean? So that plays a big part of that too. The trash talking.
Michael Jordan the wrong way. He took it personally. There's a meme about that. Oh, I took that shit personally.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna go to question number 2. This is from my main man Anzo. Spurs are 15-11. Are you surprised? I'm surprised. I thought they'd see a winning season ever again, but like they are so far. I'm surprised.
Is he on mute?
You hear?
Yeah, he's on mute. I think he probably would.
Lonzo. What'd you think, Roberto? Are you surprised?
I'm very surprised. I like we had a discussion the other, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. We don't really know anybody besides DeRozan, and look at that, went blank right there on his name. So I don't really know who plays on that team.
Hey guys,
For me,
my cousin's
I'm
here,
looking at
so
it right
I'm gonna be in the background for a bit, but I'll be listening. All right.
cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's very inconvenient. Now the no, I'm looking at. I don't know who these people are. Lonnie Walker, Keldon Johnson, Derek White, DeJounte Murray, Keita Bates Diop. Who the hell are these people?
That name kind of sounds familiar. I don't know who he is, but I've heard that name before.
I pay attention mostly to the
This is
East, so I don't
This is
know.
an
I don't know these
excellent
people.
comment right here, boy.
Haven't seen a game.
How the hell is y'all going to talk about basketball if y'all haven't seen a game this year? Tell them.
No,
Caleb.
I said I haven't seen a full game, Caleb. I didn't say a game. I haven't watched a full game.
Come on, man. Y'all got to watch games. We can talk about it.
Oh, I can't wait to go to a game again, man, in 2025 when all this shit's over.
I can't, like Quentin said, I have a hard time watching my Raptors. It's just like, fuck, they don't have no superstars on their team, so it's just like, what am I watching for? That's almost like how I feel. Like, unless they get at least 2 superstars on this team, they're just playing for a salary. They don't have a chance in hell, man.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong, Danny.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, they could play as a team and have their chemistry, but that shit's gonna die out soon, man. They're gonna tank out at the wrong time or peak at the wrong time. And
I haven't watched a Raptor game, but where I'm at, they mainly air not the Bobcats, but the Hornets games. I watch the Hornets games pretty regularly, and I watch the game when Zion scored his career 36 points the other night. So they still lost. So,
but the Hornets look good, man.
I try to watch all the Lakers game. I like the ball guy.
I would like to watch a Hornets
brother.
game. I only see highlights, but their games look exciting. They got some young flyers and
you got Rozier, then the young ball brother. That team, they okay. I would pay to see them. I'd go see them.
Are they cutting the playoffs to 6 teams? Because I see this line under 6. I'm looking at 6.
I don't think so.
The Spurs are like right there. Okay, but I don't know. There's a line right under the 6th seed on each side, and I'm like, maybe they're because of the bubble, because of the coronavirus or something. But
I don't even know if they're going to have the All-Star this year. It's usually in February, and it's February now, and I don't see no signs of it. So they must not going to have it.
But the Spurs are in 6th. That's why I asked. And if that's the case, and they barely make it, they might be 15 and 11, but they're still not even in close to Utah. Lakers are caught up too. It looks like
Utah's on fire, yo.
Crazy, man. So 15 and 11 isn't even that good. You know what I mean?
It's above 500. And
sure.
Did you think they'd be above 500 at this point? I didn't.
I mean, there's only one thing that matters. That's the playoffs and the championships.
So. No, but that's not the question. Are you surprised with their record? You're not surprised?
That was also
no, but that was the question posed.
Yeah, they're mediocre, so I'm not that surprised. No,
I'm surprised they're going to win a record. That's what I'm saying. I am surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, they're above 500. I would never have thought that, even with DeRozan.
Okay. Question number 3. Which one is under the most pressure? Will it be Mr. Kyrie Irving, Mr. James Harden, or Mr. Kevin Durant? Which one of these 3 out of the Brooklyn 3 you think is under the most pressure?
I think Harden.
I'm going to say Harden because he never won a championship. So.
Right, that's why.
And his basketball life each year gets shorter and shorter. So he got to do something. You got to piss him off the pot here soon. Right now, he's in the best position he's ever going to be in my opinion, other than when he was OKC when they were young pups. But right now, he's in the best position to get a ring or 2, but they got to gel. They got to get defensively better because right now their defense is just suspect. So maybe they don't get it this year, but next year their GM should be out hunting for role players and defensive players. Right now their defense is trash.
I mean, James Harden had played for so long with Mike D'Antoni. He probably hasn't seen a defensive scheme at all in the locker room in a long time. So he's probably not used to that. I don't know if he can play defense, but I would say, it's definitely James Harden, because of what you said, because of the championship, but also just because I think he's looked at as, or maybe he looks at himself as the leader, the main guy who dribbles the ball down. I don't know. I'd put it on Harden.
I think it's definitely on Harden because, like Danny said, he's the only one without a championship, and if he doesn't get one in his career, he's going to go in that category of great players who've never won one. And now this is the second super team to go on. Like he went to the Rockets, they were supposed to win one, they didn't win. Now he has to go somewhere else, and he went to the Nets. Now they have all the pieces in place where everyone's expecting them to at least be in the finals and contend for the title. If they don't win, it's going to look like he wasn't the missing piece that they needed.
Definitely Harden.
Yeah.
Definitely Harden. Because he's on a team that's never really been constructed before. I don't recall a team with 3 superstars. I mean, be it Golden State, looked like a bunch of superstars. They weren't on paper superstars like this team here.
No, they got 4. They have 4 All-Stars on their team.
No, they're all-stars. I said superstars. When have you ever seen a team like this, Danny?
Lakers, Celtics.
The Warriors, definitely the
Those
Warriors.
guys, no, but you see, I'm not talking about winning. I'm talking with 3 1A players in their positions.
Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, James Worthy.
Yeah.
Robert Parrish.
Yeah, but they were a team that gelled over time, Danny. These guys are first year. How are you making that comparison? I'm talking like
question. You said,
okay. So my defense is this is their first year, right? And that's the reason why I've never seen a team constructed like this. First year, you put these guys on, you know what they could do, and they don't win because even if you bring a strong defensive player in there, the defense that I've spent time watching these guys play is awful, like Shaq would say. Awful. When he comes on TV and says, I couldn't guard the side of a Shaq or something like that, Kyrie Irving, that's sad, man.
Kyrie Irving and Harden, I give it to you, but Kevin Durant is...
No, Kevin Durant, I ain't say nothing about him.
Yeah, he's a good defensive player.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say he shouldn't even have been in the question. You should have moved Kevin Durant out because if anybody says him, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Right. Yeah. But all these defenses, though, like we were talking about before with the 3-point discussion, it's like they're not really good. These scores are like 122 to 123, 148 to 135. It's like, oh, you guys just aren't playing defense at all, like all around the board. So they need to just adjust. All these teams need to adjust, like I said, and guard the perimeter and try to stop some of these teams, especially the Nets. But yeah.
I definitely think it's a 3-point league, but I don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it. That's what it is.
In most sports, the game evolves a certain way. Depending on what your flavor is, it'll evolve towards the game that you like or the game that you don't like. I'm not bored with it. I watch NBA all the time. I watch more of the popular teams, the ones that come on the TV. I don't have the NBA package, but if it comes on the TV, I'll definitely watch it. I can tell you right now, and let me give you a good comparison. Let's just say the Detroit Lions were playing the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not fucking watching that game. I don't care. If it's Detroit plus Atlanta, or I got Atlanta plus the Lakers, I'm watching Atlanta and the Lakers. That's just me now. And I love both of them dearly, but it depends on what team is playing. Now, if it's somebody like a Green Bay, this year I ain't even watching the Patriots because Cam Newton is not the Cam that I'm accustomed to.
Well, he's not playing anymore. I'm just
saying.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
If it was Cam Newton versus Green Bay, I would watch because of Aaron Rodgers. But it was Cam Newton playing, let's see, the Jets. Do you think I'm going to sit down for 3 hours and watch that game? Hell
Yeah.
no, I ain't going to watch it.
Oh, I disagree with you, Danny. I would watch the Jets versus the Jaguars because I want to see what the Jaguars do with Trevor Lawrence. I want to see him. I want to see
Trevor Lawrence. If I'm mistaken, he get an operation this summer, so I don't know how he going to be for the next season. I think I just heard that on the radio just yesterday.
And that's why I would want to see
non-throwing shoulder.
So I don't know. So it depends on the game, like anything else.
Okay.
I'm not saying your opinion about the NBA is wrong, but I'm just saying I'm going to watch it. So, trying to go back between the chat and see what the chat is saying. Flash said, "Watch basketball more. Clay's a superstar. Not trying to be mean though. Yeah, Clay is a superstar when he's healthy. Right now, he's his knee or his leg is messed up. They won the first year, but they put together on the Warriors in 2017. I think what he was saying is that he never seen a team constructed like this and didn't win. That was his question, his statement.
Mm-hmm.
I was confused at first when he said that too. But if you listen to the whole statement, he said he hasn't seen it. It hasn't seen a team currently constructed like this with this many superstars, bona fide superstars that have not been successful. So I don't know if they're going to necessarily go to the championship this year, but I think they'll definitely make the playoffs. I don't know if the three of them will be enough to combat a strong Western team, but I think if they go on the offseason and the GM, like I said, make some moves, get a couple of role players, you need to get somebody that can play some defense, don't lock down defense. I think they can make some noise because the Eastern Conference is definitely not as competitive as the Western Conference, in my opinion. So they can definitely get it to the East with no problem. Just going best out of 7 is going to be a problem. So without any kind of defense, so they got to tighten up their defense tremendously, in my opinion. Flash said, watch the game before commenting. Flash said, any Josh teams play defense?
Yes, the Flash trolling in there.
You wouldn't know. What the hell?
I do. I do. No, nice try though. I missed you, Flash, man. I missed your nonsense, man. It's been a while.
Okay. Next question. Ooh, we changed my little icon because we're going into football.
Oh, yeah?
Boom. First football question. After the game, they came to the center, and Patrick Mahomes said to Tom Brady, "You're a legend." Tom Brady said, "You're a stud." And Tom Brady said, "Let's keep in touch." Do you think that they were being genuine? Because Skip Bayless said that to him, it seemed a little cold, and that he don't think that they were really being genuine. Because a lot of people say, "Yeah, let's do lunch, let's do this, let's do that," and they never do it. So, was Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes just being polite, or do they really mean? Do you think they really mean what they said? Now, they also told me a very interesting statistic about Tom Brady I didn't know. That when he loses big games like this, he never goes to the center. He goes straight to the locker room. They have seen it, video footage, and they both agree that yes, that is what he do. He's not a very good loser. So, what does that say about him? Does it make you view him any differently as being the GOAT of that position, or what do you think? I'll let Mr. Quentin go first.
So the question is, do I think they were genuine when they said that?
Yeah. The comment that
I don't know.
The comment that Mahomes made to Tom was, "You're a legend. Congratulations." Tom Brady comment back was, "You're a stud.
I mean,
good luck, and let's keep in touch." I saw that true clip. That's what it said.
I don't know, because I obviously don't know these men personally, right? So you only know what you see on TV. As a person, Tom Brady looks like a decent person. For all accounts, I should technically be a Brady fan because he grew up a 49ers fan just like me. He went to the University of Michigan, which is one of the few college teams I actually watch. If they're genuine, I don't think so. I want to say no, I don't think so, just because of the different kind of personalities they have. Mahomes is young and just has a different mindset than Brady. I believe Mahomes was being genuine, calling Brady a legend, because whatever. He's accomplished what he's accomplished in his career can be considered legendary. I'm not even gonna go to the GOAT term, but like his career as a whole is legendary. He's accomplished a lot. So to answer the question, Mahomes, yeah, I think he was genuine. Brady, not so much, because just what you see, like you said, when he loses, he doesn't bother to go shake anyone's hands anyway. So how genuine can you be when you only congratulate the other team when you win?
Very well said.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Danny?
That was it. That's all I had to say. Everyone.
Well, I have a thing. Oh no, go ahead, Roberto.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask to repeat the question again, because I was kind of lost on. Do they have respect for one another? Is that it?
I think it was more. Was their greeting after the game sincere?
Oh, was it sincere?
Yeah.
But
was it genuine? What they
said? Genuine, sincere.
But was the second part? Does that have anything to do with Does it tarnish his legacy as the GOAT? That wasn't anything to do.
No, I don't know why that second part came in, but it was a very, very strong second part to deter from the first part.
Was it genuine?
Because I was getting ready to answer that too. Like, now I don't know where I'm at.
Was it genuine? Yeah, sure. I think so. Pat Mahomes, I feel bad for him. He was running for his life. He was, he can't play all 22 positions, or 33 positions if you want to get technical with that. But yeah, he did everything he could, and they just got destroyed. I think they were genuine. Yeah. Tom Brady, what does he have to lose? He's already won 7. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no reason to not be genuine at this point and be humble and show humility. I think they're both class acts. They're not like Terrell Owens or anything like that. So, yeah.
Whoa. What are you trying to throw shade at Terrell Owens for?
Where did I get that from?
So what are you trying to throw shade at Terrell Owens for? Well,
because, it was based on the narrative of the question. About like if it was genuine. I think that they're class acts. I think, maybe if it was Terrell Owens, he would have been like, whatever, did it facetiously and shook their hand. Or, or somebody like that. I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody who's like a dick that people don't like.
So he's called Terrell Owens a dick.
Oh, my Lord.
Well, wait, Quinn, are you a 49ers fan? No, that's fine.
I'm sorry? What did you say? Am I a 49ers fan?
Yeah.
Yes. Since I was 9 years old.
So what do you think about Terrell Owens since you're a Niners fan?
Great talent, just made very bad decisions. Like he was a phenomenal receiver, but his mindset is just messed up. Like he had it all in the palm of his hand with his talent, and he just made bad decisions. Like the antics outside the off the field. And like calling out the players, and like he was so good. Like he was such a phenomenal receiver. He would just shut the fuck up sometimes. Like he would have had been better off.
Well, that's why I brought it up. I was just saying that Brady and Mahomes are the opposite of that. They're like the polar opposite. Just like when Brady shook Manning's hand, I think Brady and Manning were totally genuine. I know they had a huge rivalry, but it's like, hey, good games, man. I love these games. It's what I live for. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, those guys are close off the field, right? Like they're I would say they're friends off the field. They know each other. They've had this rivalries for years going back.
Maybe now,
forth, right?
Maybe now they do because Peyton's retired. But I've hated Peyton Manning, just because of the rivalry. I've always, because I'm a Patriots fan. I don't know if you knew that, Quentin, but I've always.
Are you a Patriots fan or a Tom Brady fan? Because now
I'm a Patriots. I'm a Patriots fan. Now. I'm a Patriots fan, but I'm saying back when Brady was on the team and they were having the rivalry. But I think all that's diffused now, and I've heard Peyton Manning say good things. But getting back to Mahomes and Brady. Oh no, go ahead, Dan.
Y'all don't like Tio because he was vocal?
Not just
No,
vocal.
I just thought he made bad choices off the field.
No,
I mean, this guy
Tio never
played
get
in
in
the
trouble
Super
off the
Bowl.
field.
On a
Tio
broken
never
leg.
get in trouble off the field.
Huh?
Tio never get in trouble
No,
off the
I
field.
didn't say he got in trouble. I'm
You
just saying
just
his
said that.
antics off the field didn't help
Like,
him.
like what?
It ruined the locker room. It killed the locker room when he talked about Donovan McNabb, when he talked about
Was it true?
what was the next team? Was it
Wasn't
true?
it true? Wasn't it true about McNabb?
What?
If a man tells the truth,
I don't know.
Was it true what he said about Donovan
was it
McNabb?
true what he said about Jonathan McNabb?
Oh, it's a good question, Danny. It's a very good question.
My understanding is it was true.
Well, but you don't need to say it. You don't need to ruin the locker room and say it.
But that shouldn't cause
There's
him.
certain people should
I
say it.
That was a
definitely,
good question. Though,
I
Danny.
agree.
really
I agree. I agree. It was a good. I agree that you should. There's something you shouldn't do, but that shouldn't cause him. By the way the rules are currently constructed for the Hall of Fame, it shouldn't cause him 4, 5, 6, 7 attempts. Tio had a number to be a first or a second round ballot Hall of Famer, but he mainly was kicked out and prevented because of stuff he did outside the field. All the Hall of Fame says
people viewed
what
him
you
as
do
a
on the
dick.
field. Huh?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
some people viewed him as a dick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's hard. That's
You
hard.
got to change the rules then, because the rules say it's what you do on the field in those lines. You don't say nothing about what you do in the locker room or what you say on Twitter or anything else. I'm just telling you.
Danny, what you're saying is 100% right. Based on his play, he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt.
That's all I'm
because
saying.
of all the shit he does outside, off the field, is why they didn't vote for him.
Well, he finally got it.
It
but
should
I
be
know.
based on. Go ahead.
No, I was saying he finally got it, and he didn't want to go to the ceremony. Blah 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 blah. So it proves even more so. It's like, all right, man. You see, you have a lot of. It's the opposite. That's what I mean. It's the opposite of Brady and Mahomes. Those two class acts. You know, the Tom Brady's, the Patrick Mahomeses,
Okay.
the Peyton Mannings, the Eli Mannings.
Josh.
Yeah.
So if a restaurant you want to go to tell you can't go into for whatever reason, and the reason that you think are bullshit, then they finally let you come in. You're gonna go there and celebrate when you get a chance to celebrate somewhere else.
I mean, a restaurant versus the Hall of Fame, not a good analogy. Just because I'm just saying, I mean, it's the Hall of Fame. This is like once in a lifetime, man. It's where he wanted to be. If I wanted to be at that restaurant as bad as like T.O. want to be in the Hall of Fame, yeah, I don't care, whatever. You guys and like, I can finally come in? Yeah, I might actually.
Well, I mean, if he didn't complain about it and then just didn't go when they finally put him in, I'd be, yeah, but he complained about, rightfully so, but he complained publicly about it. And then when he finally got in, he decided, well, fuck you, I'm not going. Like,
let me tell you, the main reason why he did not get in there is one individual. That individual name is Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless for years and years and years and years talked about, he called him T.O., Team Obliterator. That was his nickname he called for him.
Yeah.
He had a lot of nicknames for people. Whether you believe it or not, hundreds of thousands of fans watch First Take when he was on First Take. Now he's on Skip and Shannon. And believe it or not, if it's a personality that you like, you tend to listen to what they say and you tend to agree with what they're saying. I think people, I ain't gonna say it was 100% the reason why he didn't get in, but it was a lot. And then after he got in there, now you don't hear the Skip say nothing about T.O. I think he made a personal mission that I got this platform. I don't like T.O., so I'm gonna do everything. He say he didn't do everything in power, but shit, when you got a TV show 5 days a week and you touching 200, 400,000 people's television sets, sports fans, and these writers, you're going to have some kind of influence. That's why I think he didn't get in there. A big part of the reason why. And it's not fair.
Okay, what's up with these comments, man? These people are going off. This guy Flash is going off in your comments over here.
What?
Oh, Flash, that's my dude, man. He loves trolling, bro.
Oh,
love you, Flash. I love your troll action. Don't be feeding. You can't feed the trolls, Quentin. No, so but Roberto and Danny and everybody, yeah, no, I think that it was genuine. By the way, Pat Mahomes and Tom Brady. Your thoughts, Roberto?
If you ask me, just watching it, their body language, I don't think it was genuine, or I didn't think it was genuine. Just their body language, it's like they had to do it because the cameras were on them. Look, like I gotta touch you, man. You know what I mean? There's no hey, a little bounce on the back. Yeah, brother, good game. Fuck, I suck shit. You shined, man. I hope we have another chance next year. I hear you, bro. Thanks, respect. You'll have your turn, little kid. You'll have your turn. And that looked like, man, I got it. Yeah,
Well,
you beat me. Yeah.
Well, another thing you could look at is like, well, hey, you did have one of the best defenses, one of the best front lines of all time. So
That's
hey,
the reason
good job,
to touch him. That's the reason to like barely touch him with his fingertips. Or that's the freeze frame of the image. That's giving that impression.
In reference
that's
to
the way I that's the way I no, I'm talking about that picture. If you look how his hand is on Brady's shoulder, it looks like like a little kid would go,
COVID.
That's just how I took it.
Okay, I can't really tell.
Yeah,
I saw the actual whole clip. It was very quick, 30 seconds or less.
Exactly.
But I think that Mahomes, he said, "Man, you're a legend, man. Good job, good luck, that kind of stuff." And Brady said, "You're a stud. Let's keep in touch." Only time will tell. Only time will tell, because maybe when Brady transitions out of the NFL, then he might extend or hey, look, man, I like your game. Like this is this. Let me give you some pointers. If I was Mahomes, I would definitely take it. I wouldn't shun it. So, but while you're in the league, then sometime it would be foolish for you to help somebody beat you. So when he's
I hear you, Danny. I hear you. But the words I want to hear from the GOAT is not good game, stud. I want to hear you're the future, kid. Keep your head up. And I'll be fucking, hey, man, this guy put some motivated words in my head. What are you calling a fucking stud? What do I look like? What do I look like? I'm at the dance trying to pick up a bitch? Like, what? What you call me a stud for? I'm here to impress you?
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'm just saying, Brady has been filmed men on the mouth, so you never know.
Listen, they're both super competitive mofos. He hated losing. Yeah. He loved winning. The adrenaline's still there. Like, maybe after they met in the back and they really, gave the respects to each other. But from what I took, and, I think I'm pretty good with body language. If you look at that take, really good. It looks a little pre-made up.
When I saw the game, when I was watching the game at the end, I didn't see this particular moment that we're talking about, but I did remember seeing Mahomes' face as he jogged off the field, and he looked pissed. He had that look on his face like, oh, this is not going to happen to me again. He had that look on his face like, I think next year he's going to come back 10 times even more hungrier than he was before.
This was made up to be the game of games.
Sorry, Quinn, I disagree highly. I think that it might be the I think it might be, like I was saying last week, might be the beginning of the end for Pat Mahomes, man. We'll see.
What?
The man's 25 years old. How is the beginning of the end?
I don't know. Well, you remember my my argument last week, Roberto, about Jared Goff. Yeah, making it there, losing to the GOAT, man. It's going to be tough. He'll definitely never be.
But I remember, if not just me, but Danny said back in retrospect, do not put Goff and Mahomes in the same boat.
No, only in the
you know what I mean?
Only in the sense of, the scenario that they both went through, losing.
Yes, I know, but when Superman heals faster than
No, Clark Kent. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Pat Mahomes did play a great game, even though his team I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Andy Reid. We'll see what happens. Oh, sorry.
But you said they both lost to Brady. Actually, if I remember correctly, didn't they both get shut down by a very well played defense?
Yeah.
Yes. Come
Yeah.
on.
Fair.
What are you even thinking, Josh? Give the credit where it's due.
No, I do.
The Buccaneers probably played the best
Yeah,
defensive
you're
game
right.
of the season. Of the season. I don't care if Mahomes didn't have turf toe. He would have been running.
They had the perfect game plan. They double teamed Tyreek Hill the whole game. And that's, as you saw from last year's Super Bowl, you can't leave that fucker by himself because he will eventually burn you. He'll eventually score points.
Kelsey
exactly.
Disappeared.
They shut the Chiefs down to 9 freaking points. They scored no offensive touchdowns. When's the last time you saw that happen?
He basically, Reed got out coached because,
Yeah.
you could have seen this almost from the offset that, hey, we got to do something different because our offense looks horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
Like, right from the height. Oh my God. Like almost every freaking down. What is that?
There was no adjustments made.
407.
The Chiefs.
He ran for 497 yards.
Didn't they have like lineman issues though? What's a couple of their linemen?
Yeah, they had major lineman issues.
Yeah, like the guard.
But see, that goes back to what Roberto said. They got out coached because they had Eric Fisher as their Pro Bowl offensive lineman, right? He was out, but then they shuffled the whole line around. They put people in positions they don't normally play, and then started someone who hasn't started all season long. So I mean, you still got to play the game, but you totally rearrange your offensive line. Like there was
that's not where you want to do it.
No, not at all.
You got to do something if you got injuries. So I mean, everybody has that.
I'm in the chat now. Now I'm going with Flash and Caleb, man. I shouldn't be doing it. That's all right though. I'm having fun.
Okay.
I'm trolling.
But listen, Danny, the Bucks make Kansas City look like the Jets, or at least their O-line of the Jets, because I don't recall Mahomes running for his life like that, but maybe 2 or 3 plays in any game I seen him in.
I agree, but I'm saying you don't have
that was ridiculous.
You don't have your primary guard and tackle, and then you got to change the right guard to left guard or whatever they did.
That's right.
That's a whole lot of things. So you can't assimilate that in practice.
Yeah.
No.
You can assimilate those defensive players in practice. You can say, hey, now, so you're going to come in, this thing or that, but that ain't like the real thing. So I think next year, if it's a rematch, I think it'll be a whole lot different if both teams are healthy. I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as it was this year, but we're going to have to wait and see. On to question 5. Will Brady go to another Super Bowl? Will he have enough in his tank? I knew I asked this question earlier this season, and a certain individual told me no, he will not have enough in his tank to get him to the playoffs. He will be 8-8. So I'm going to ask the same question I asked last year. Will Brady go to another Super Bowl? Do you think he got enough in his tank to go back-to-back Super Bowls? Roberto.
No. Okay. The fact that he's going to have a chance to have training camp, if everything goes well, gel even more with the tools that he has in his toolbox. I think even if he drops off a bit, I have to say yes.
Okay. All right. Movie aficionado, Mr. Josh, what you think, sir?
Yeah. Oh man, I hate to admit it. And I'm going to make 2 analogies here. I'm going to compare Tom Brady to 2 people, Brett Favre and Kurt Warner. He looks better than both of them, and they didn't even make it to 43, 44, whatever. He looks like he's playing at a level that's, he just beat Pat Mahomes, So, yeah, I think he's definitely going to at least go back next year. Whether or not he's going to win, that's a whole other thing, but that's not the question, though. Yeah, he'll be back next year.
All right, Quentin, what you think, bro?
Think
with your mind, not your heart.
You remember what Anzo said about you?
I'm trying to, but what I'm gonna say is gonna sound like I'm being biased for my team.
Oh, hell.
I like the pieces they put around Brady and Tampa, like their defense, and they have Gronk. Gronk there's so much familiarity with him and Brady. They could probably throw complete passes with their eyes closed. You know what I mean? They have that chemistry for years. I just find that I want to say no because the way the NFC is shaping up now, if certain so if the 49ers get their quarterback situation and I heard there's rumors and it's only rumors, but I pray to the imaginary football gods that for some way they find a way to get Deshaun Watson out of Houston. And then you have Stafford, who's old, and if he can stay healthy, might do something in LA. But then there's Arizona and DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler. These guys, the NFC, the teams are on the come up. You know what I mean? So I want to say no, but it's kind of like maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't see it happening. To be honest, I didn't see it happening this year, but then they added all the pieces and they got hot after that first loss to the Chiefs. So, I mean, it's possible, but if I had to pick a side, I would say no.
Good point, Flash.
Danny, can I say something?
Quentin, the first rule of NFL is you don't bet against number 12. How many times I got to tell y'all that?
Flash made a good point, man. Drew Brees is retiring, I think, and that will totally affect if Brady goes back or not. You know what I mean? Whether Aaron Rodgers can get it together, though, that I will say that, Danny. If Aaron Rodgers can get a team around him, then maybe he could stop Brady.
You need another receiver.
They need a better defense, maybe a new coach, maybe.
I'm not mad at the coach. They need another like a pass rusher. They need another receiver. A number two.
Adams,
number one. Be a good number
pick up JJ Watt.
Yes. If they get JJ Watts, that'd be
they need a running back. They in Green Bay.
No. Jones tore it up. Man, are you crazy? Yeah, Jones tore it up this year.
Yeah, no, they don't need no running back.
Jones might be number 3 or 4. You want to research that because you're good. Go research it.
Yes.
Go research it, my brother. You're good like that.
Yep.
Maybe I'd say top 10 easy.
I think he's top 5. I think he's top 5. Now, what are you going to say, Roberto? I'm sorry.
Sorry, I lost point. What was that question again?
You told me something about you were going to say something when I put Quentin in the Phantom Zone for talking all that mess. He's talking about Tom Brady.
Oh, yes. I was going to say, don't you find it funny how Quentin and Onzo always make reference to their teams when they're making a point? Mm-hmm. You ever notice that?
Come on. Okay.
You always
I was trying to
somehow throw the 49ers in there, just like Onzo. We're talking about, football, and he comes in with the Spurs.
The Steelers.
Okay, wait.
Duncan.
Okay, let me ask a question. The 49ers with their current roster, and they're healthy, okay? They're healthy, and they get a decent quarterback play, because I think Jimmy G is garbage. If they tell me these guys aren't contenders if they're healthy with that defense and their running game.
Okay, that might be a potential question, so we ain't going to answer that question now.
Oh, sorry. So I'm trying not to be biased, but I mean, you have to look at the process. What's that?
You're trying to rush the process. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. If they do if they get a different quarterback, that still ain't got nothing to do with the question. The question is, will Brady go to another bowl?
Yeah, I think the only person's
I don't want to end up in a phantom zone, so I'm not going to answer that question.
We already know your answer.
No, the only person to stop number 12 would be number 12, Aaron Rodgers. So I think it's between those two again, man. Just the way that would be. So I know that's your boy, Danny. I know you love the other number 12 too. So.
I got a question for him at the end. I'm going to go ahead. Question number 6. Will Patrick Mahomes bounce back or has he lost his Superman cape? Will he bounce back? Because right now he's riding high, kind of like another quarterback I'm gonna compare him to. Cam Newton was riding high, had an MVP season, won the MVP, went to Super Bowl, got defeated, and like he lost his mojo. So will this defeat cause Mr. Mahomes to lose his mojo? What do you think?
Well, you guys know my position on it. I think so. But
You think so?
I think
yeah.
I think he'll
I don't
bounce
think so.
back. I
At
think
all.
he's young enough to bounce back from this. I mean, as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Chiefs are pretty intact, right? Like they don't have any major free agents leaving or anybody going to meet free agency. So they're pretty intact.
I think only Andy Reid, man. I think Andy Reid, like, I don't know how much longer is he going to do with all the shit he has.
He might be the issue. They might need to switch coaches. Like,
I don't think he's the issue.
What?
I think he ain't the issue. That's
No, I didn't say he was the
Come on,
issue. I was
man.
just saying,
you just said he got out coached. You just said he got out coached.
Yeah, but no, it just shows that he's human. Okay. You come back, you learn from your mistakes. If it keeps happening, like Mark Levy in Buffalo, then you fire him after the second or third time. But it's his first one. And I know since he's gotten to Kansas City has been a team to be reckoned with. That's all I could say.
oh, so you're leaning more towards me. Like, if he leaves, it's going to hurt the dynamic, Roberto.
I think he's needed there.
Yeah. And he's
Reid is
old.
needed there.
He's old, man.
But the question was Mahomes, and I think he's going to come back with a vengeance. Cam Newton was cocky. Cam Newton was disrespectful. I don't see any of those traits in this kid. If anything, he looked like he was crushed. Plus, he had an operation on his toe. So he has a lot to prove and come back. Showed that he wasn't a one-hit wonder.
okay.
Just gonna flash.
What you gonna say, Quentin? You think that he will bounce back, or you not sure?
Flash, man.
Quentin.
What's that? I told you no. He's gonna. I'm sorry.
Oh,
These fucking comments, and I'm like, anyways, yeah, he'll bounce back for sure. He'll bounce back.
I definitely think he's gonna bounce back.
Who's your
I don't
internet
think-
with, man? You with Bell?
Me?
Probably what's hurting him. He ain't got headphones on. Headphones
Yeah.
would help. Get rid of headphones.
No,
on.
I'm with Videotron with that Helix.
Flash, man. What is up with you in football
Okay.
IQ? What are you talking about? Too much, man.
Andy Reid is not the issue, bro. You
Oh,
got
my
to know
God.
about you, Roberta, and Danny do that. Okay, I appreciate
I
it, bro.
don't say he was the issue.
I definitely think that he's gonna.
Flash,
I think he's gonna bounce back. Like I said, I don't believe that he is the issue. I do think that this may be a learning lesson. I don't think he is one of the ones that was believing his hype. Some quarterbacks start believing their own hype, but I think that he has enough humility. I think that he's gonna. Right now, he's hurting now. He's hurting now because his pride has been hurt. So I think he's gonna come back. He's gonna practice more. Be trying to get faster, stronger. They're gonna get that old line right, and I think that they're gonna be back there again. I think if they're not back there, it's gonna be because of some kind of fluke or something. But I think that Andy Reid is gonna learn from this because this was quite embarrassing. A lot of times, embarrassment is the best teacher. So, excuse me, I think that they're gonna be back. I don't think this is gonna sway him one way or the other. If it does, I would be really surprised. It's really surprised. Okay, question number 7. Mr. J.J. Watts was released just recently from the Houston. Houston? I forgot their damn mascot.
Texans.
Texans.
Texans. Where do you think he will go? I know where Alonzo wants him to go. He wants him to go to Pittsburgh with his 2 brothers. I don't know if he's going to go there or not.
No, I heard they can't. They're not in a position to pick him up.
Okay.
I think
So-
the Jets are in a position with their salary cap. Salary cap wise, they have a lot of space. No, the Jets, I said, have a lot of space in their salary cap.
Why would he want to go there? This
I'm
guy
not
don't
saying
got
he
much-
wants
you
to
don't
go
have much time left. He don't have much time left,
I'm
and
not
he wants
saying
the
he wants to go
championship.
there. I'm just saying like the team that he would fit the best would be
I-
that. A team that
I
needs,
think if you want a legitimate chance to go to Super Bowl, you better take his ass to Green Bay.
That's
I
right.
think,
oh,
I
sure,
think
yeah.
if you go to Green Bay, him and Aaron Rodgers could do great things on both sides of the ball. So I don't know.
They're even saying Tampa Bay because Dominican Sue might retire and other things might happen. He goes to Tampa Bay.
Oh man.
Wow.
Oh my god. No, but they probably don't have. That's why I was saying though, Roberto, about the space. They probably don't have the cap space. Maybe Green Bay.
Evans already took a pay cut. What's to say another brother won't step up and take a pay cut for another ring?
no
They don't come easy.
Brady will take a pay cut in a heartbeat if you think he can win another. So
For JJ Watt, they would all take a pay cut.
what might sway him is that weather. Tampa has beautiful weather compared to
That's right.
the cold tundra known as Green Bay. So I know if I was going there and I was like, damn, I want to go to Tampa that just won a Super Bowl, or I want to go to Green Bay that might win a Super Bowl, I'm taking my ass to Tampa. That cold right there would be one of the number one factors telling me, maybe Danny, you don't need to play. Because playing in the cold versus playing in a nice heated climate, to me, is a big difference. But it would be interesting. Shoot, I hope he will land somewhere that's a contender. Because I always like JJ Watts, and I think that he can make a difference in some defense that needs an anchor. Okay,
He's been overworked. They said
is for Mr. Quentin Williams. I know he want this. He done prayed to the imaginary football god, so I'm gonna give him the question. Would Watson make the 49ers a Super Bowl?
You really think he'll say no?
Watson make the 49ers a Super Bowl contender?
I don't know how he wouldn't. Like, I don't know how you could possibly say no to this question. If that defense gets healthy and Deshaun Watson, how can you say no?
When are they getting healthy?
Well, they should be back this season. They're not going to be gone for another season, but
you never know. Bosa might be out longer.
Okay. Still, he still makes them a contender in the NFC at the least. At the least, an NFC contender. What he's done in Houston. Okay, go ahead.
No, then I got to head out. I just want to say that's a really tough division, man. You got the Seahawks in there. You got the Rams are looking better. You got who's the other one? Arizona. Nah, not really. But you got two other potential teams that look better overall.
Okay. What do you think, Roberto?
I know he makes them much better.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That is
true.
To say that they're not a good team. It's just that.
Oh, you're right.
You know, I watched since your quarterback demise, so many injuries take place on your team, from your running backs to your key defensive players, right? So when are they all coming back together? If your team in a whole had not suffered all those injuries and Deshaun joined your team, then I would have to say yes, because I'm not stupid and I do not hate the 49ers. But when someone toots a team a little too much, I just feel to stand up sometimes, you know?
You know, that's why I said that before.
Okay, so you have Deshaun Watson with George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, all as receivers, and then you have that running game behind him. Come on. That's
what I said. If your whole team was there with no injuries and you added Deshaun, you guys would have been Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah.
I mean, my last question was I should have specified more about why I said JJ Watt would go to the Jets, because I think that Deshaun Watson either wanted to go to the Jets. I know they have a number 2 pick coming. They're in a somewhat easier division. I know they got the Bills there, but you know, I think that he wants to go to a different team. I don't know if he wants to go to the 49ers.
Yeah, but he wants to go, but they're saying they're not trading him. So why are we still talking about
they're not trading him?
Teams? They said it blatantly so many times. They are not trading him. He wants out. That's a no-brainer. But if they say no, he can't go.
You've seen that before in sports where they say.
Tell me I'm wrong, though.
You've seen that so many times before.
I seen it too with
at the Canadians.
One of my favorite running backs of all time got deprived of him breaking all the records in Detroit.
Oh, Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
Oh.
Cool. You don't let me go. Yeah, but what if Deshaun, you guys won't trade me? I retire.
Why?
You've seen it happen before. He wants out. And he just saw the guy who apologized to him is out. So, like, you made it clear as day that you don't want to be on this team. The only guy supporting you is no longer on that team. What love is he feeling?
Yeah.
What's the chemistry going to be over there? They're saying Houston is in demise. The whole state. Nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to be there. They showed all the key members of all sports that have left there. It's quite a bit, man. For whatever reason. I don't know why.
I know Bill O'Brien was a big part. Now he's gone, so he was a jackass.
Oh, but, wow. Giving him that much power.
How he pulled that trade for Hopkins for the running back and like, are you stupid? Were you high when this happened? Like, that makes no fucking sense.
Oh, I agree with that. But even before that, I think he was a jackass. I remember when he was arguing with Brady back when he was our defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator or whatever, when Josh McDaniels had left. And I'm just like, what are you doing arguing with the GOAT about some stupid shit? That's when I knew. I was like, we got to get rid of this guy. And then he went to the Texans, and the rest is history. So he was a big part of that. But I don't know, man.
Okay. Quentin, you ain't getting him. I'm sorry. You guys have nothing to give to get.
I don't think realistically, I don't think it'll happen. I see the quote unquote rumors. I hope it happens, like some miracle happens that he somehow ends up in the Bay Area. I don't have zero faith in Garoppolo. Like, we need to cut our ties with this guy. He's not what we
How long have I been telling you about Garoppolo? How long have I been telling you?
I tried to give the guy a chance, man.
Overrated. Overrated. He's in that boat with Goff, Wentz, Carr, all these guys. They have their moments, but wouldn't trade him for a bag of peanuts.
But
I was trying to hold out for Onzo. Oh, is Onzo back?
No.
Oh.
No. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I got to go to work. It was good talking to you guys.
All right.
Thank you so, John.
Thank you.
All right. Everyone see, here they are.
Yeah. And now there's rumors about they might go after Cousins. Like, really? Kirk Cousins?
Oh,
like, really?
Who? 49ers?
Like, yeah.
That would be
how, like, after
he's better than Garoppolo. At least he can throw.
I wouldn't say. I don't know.
I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give up a lot for him, but he is better than Garoppolo, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but but he's older too, right?
You're picking him not to win. You're picking him because he's better, not because he gives you a chance to win.
Why would you not upgrade? If you got crap, why would you still keep playing with crap if you can get some to upgrade?
And Cousins durable, huh? He doesn't get hurt.
If you get a D- quarterback, why would you not? If you get an opportunity to get a C+ quarterback, why would you not take that? You ain't gonna give nothing up. That's insane.
But he has a big salary, huh?
I don't. Yeah, the Kirk Cousins. I don't like him as a player. I didn't say he's garbage, but I just don't like him as.
I don't like him either. And he was he originally was with Washington.
Sometimes,
but I have to say, Kirk Cousins has the best agent I've ever seen in my life. He got $84 million guaranteed. That agent should be in the Hall of Fame himself. Because how you give Kirk Cousins $84 million?
Because quarterbacks are far and few in between, and statistic-wise, he had the stats. Sometimes they know stats.
The whole contract was guaranteed. This guy
But
could break
didn't Minnesota pick that up?
That's what they took. That's what they signed him to, right?
I'm not sure. I didn't follow him.
I thought they inherited Washington's contract.
I was glad when he left Washington, so I don't know what they did.
Me and you both, Danny.
So
as soon as he made that stupid comment that he was writing on, how you like that?
No, how about that?
How about that? Oh my God.
How about that?
As soon as he did that, I was like, oh no, here we go. And that's exactly what happened. That was his demise.
The first time you lose after that, people are gonna rag you for saying that, right?
You're gonna become an instant meme.
Yeah.
Question number 9. This should be one that should be really interesting. This probably gonna stir up Roberto. Should the NFL shuffle the divisions around? Should they shuffle the divisions around? Reason I ask this question because a lot of times I've heard it said several times that certain divisions are weaker than other ones, and they don't seem to be getting better no time soon. I will give an example. Dallas has been sticking it up for 25 years. Washington ain't too far behind them. So, should they say, okay, we're going to jumble up the teams and make this division or this division? Would it make it more competitive? Will traditionalists be like, no, I want to keep it the same way like it always been? But, sometime in every game, certain aspects of the game and the rules need to change to make it, one, you're seeing something different instead of seeing the same old things. And two, is it fair that certain divisions, how I want to word it, certain divisions are awarded for substandard performance? Is that something that the NFL should look at and say, hey, we're going to try and do this and change, blah, 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 or should they keep it as is?
Since that question was to stir me, shouldn't I get first word on that?
Yeah. You should get last word.
Why? You got first word on 49ers.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Go ahead.
Okay. All I could say, I'm going to be short and sweet. The tide has evolved throughout the NFL. Go as far back as you want. Each division has sucked upon a time once. And through drafts, those divisions eventually get stronger and take over and dominate for a decade or two. But it's been going on as long as football has been going on. So I don't understand why all of a sudden through sensitive times, if this is Republican or Democrat or whoever this is, they got to stop this shit. They got to stop this shit. Leave the game alone. Because it's bad enough that you make it that quarterbacks can't even be touched without a flag being thrown, or certain quarterbacks cannot be touched. You're taking away from the game slowly and slowly and slowly. Leave it alone. Because if you touch that, I will make hockey my only sport I watch. I'll get Phantom Zone all the time for that.
I agree.
Why would you not want to make such the most valid?
Doesn't make it better. Doesn't make it better.
Let me finish the question.
Sorry, Danny, I'm a little sensitive on that.
Why would you not want to make the most violent game on the planet safe as humanly possible?
You know what? A fireman goes in to put out a fire. A cop carries a gun because guns are shot. You get into football, you know it's a violent game. If it's too violent for you, don't play it. You're not forced to play it. You're not forced to be a cop. You're not forced to be a fireman or whatever you choose to be in life. But once you do it, if you have a problem with it, you should have never got into it. That's just my outlook.
Yeah.
I mean, I use that because one is life and death and one is just for entertainment.
No, but it's the sport, Danny. It's the sport. Like, listen, I suffered my first concussion when I was in Pee-wee hockey. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying, but, I'm here today. I'm not saying every kid manages to make it through what I did, but had that happened to me today, I would have had to have gone through all kinds. Who knows what kind of medication I may get hooked on, and my life is ruined. It's just that everything is so quick to judge, quick to censorize, quick to give comfort. Hockey's a violent game. Football's a violent game. Lacrosse is a violent game. We know that. Why all of a sudden, okay, yes, the game evolved. We're bigger, stronger, faster. Shouldn't that just make the game better?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I hear what you're saying, but I think that because athletes now are faster, bigger, stronger, you got to put certain things in place because you go collide with somebody with all your strength and speed, you could kill somebody. If you hit the right way, like those head to head, the spears, I don't have a problem with that. Or once the ball has released the quarterback's hand, why are you still gonna have a 240-pound linebacker still hit the quarterback full speed after the ball is no longer in his hand?
But
So I
if you
mean,
could,
I don't have a problem with that
if
because
you could dive and sack the quarterback, Danny, if you have a chance now where it's split second, if I dive now, I could sack him. If I hold up, maybe he'll throw for a pass. What are you gonna do? Because you have to take that second off. That could be your job.
I hear
Because
what
your
you're
coach
saying.
looks at you and says you're not playing full out.
No, because now they're teaching them to wait that half a second, and also what really burnt their asses because they found out that some of these players were secretly putting bounties on people. Oh, if you take Anzo out, I'm gonna give you $15,000. That's fucked up. You're not here to play the game to take
I'm
somebody out and hurt
I'm
somebody's
not
career.
justifying that, but when we played competitive sports, I could tell you this. We have had some word in the locker room of taking out somebody who keeps making our team lose. It's not right, but when you're playing that kind of top tier competitive sports, that's the mentality. That's the way they play. And they would always say to us, if this is not for you, there's recreational sports you can play, that's intramural, that's fun. This is not for you.
Okay, so let me ask this: you telling me that you have zero problem that your son, this I'm just using a son or whatever, is, I mean, an ace. It's just killing people. I mean, playing the game the right way. He's out there practicing his shots. He's skating. He's doing all his drills. He has honed his skills, and he is a superior person out there. He is a man among boys, and because he's a man among boys, it's okay if a coach from the other team say, "Man, Diesel's son is too good. I want you to take him out the first chance you get." That's fair and that's right, and you cool with that.
Because I'm cool with it or not doesn't mean it ain't happening, Danny.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, are you cool with? Because you sound like you're condoning that. You don't have a problem with that.
I am not one to preach it, go take that guy out. But if my player took out the top guy, I would not reprimand him for it. Depends where we're playing. If we're playing intermediate hockey, I would tell them that's not what we're here to play. Everybody brings something to the game. That's what, Danny, I'm just telling you the way I played. Now it's all about finesse. It's all about finesse. You take away the bruiser, the fighter, the enforcers. They're all gone. So the game has changed. People have a little more freedom to do stuff, and some people like that part of the game. But some people grew up on a different game, and that's the way I feel about the NFL. I've been watching the NFL since the '60s. I saw my first game when I was 5 years old in 1970. And what I saw was guys trying to kill each other. And I was like, wow. Because I was into all contact sports.
That hit
Now,
where Lawrence Taylor broke Joe Theismann's leg.
that was, an unfortunate thing. And I don't, praise that. It's an unfortunate play. Maybe if Lawrence Taylor wasn't on cocaine, that play might have not happened. But my point being, Danny, sorry, go ahead, Quentin.
Let him finish his thought.
Right, just LT, you mentioned Lawrence Taylor. I mean, if you ever watch a highlight film of Lawrence Taylor, I think he's like maybe the greatest defensive player I've ever seen, like talent-wise. But everything in his highlight video now would have a flag thrown. Every single hit, it'd be a flag.
He would not be in the Hall of Fame. He would not be in the Hall of Fame.
And it's unfortunate it broke his leg and his career, but that was a legal hit. There was no flag on that play.
Okay, what I'm saying is, follow with me now. If it's within the rules,
yeah,
I don't have a problem with it. But what I'm saying, if if they make the rules more safer for the quarterback to prevent things like that happening or preventing any kind of accidents, why would you be against that? I'm not. If the quarterback is running with the ball or he still got the ball in his hand and you hit him, I got no problem with that sucker going out full and knocking the shit out of him. I have zero problem with that. But if the ball is out of his hands, he's sliding down, or
No, he shouldn't be hit.
or
You're
you
right,
shouldn't
Danny.
do all that. I don't. But
I don't have a problem with that either.
Some players in the past, like, okay, Brady is too damn good. So
Yeah, they'll give him an extra in that pile. Yeah,
I don't
you're
agree
right.
with that.
But
I don't agree
that's
with
the
that.
football that I saw. I didn't have a choice to agree or not because that's the game that I saw that was part of the game. Just like now, I see in the NBA, with the amount of traveling that I see being done, I think there would be like a cheerleader game in the old, you'd hear the whistles blowing all the time. These guys travel over and over and over again and it doesn't get called.
But
Now,
you can't. I can.
should we start calling them, Danny? All you're gonna hear is
No, because it's gonna mess the game up. Then also,
exactly.
it depends on how good the damn move is. If the move is funky, I'd be like,
You're right.
yes,
You're right. You're
yes.
right. It depends how good the move is, but
Yeah.
you see a lot of moves like you're like, come on, man, I could do that if you give me that many steps.
Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes they do take they take walking to another damn dimension. So I agree with you on that. But man, if the finish at the basket is nice, I can overlook that walk.
I hear you. And as far as quarterbacks getting hit below the knee, I agree 100%. You shouldn't be allowed to hit a quarterback below the knee. But if a quarterback is a split second between throwing the ball and me hitting him and taking him for a sack, and they throw a flag roughing the passer, I mean, it's too much on the referee to make that decision. You know what I mean? It's too fast for him to say there was an intent to injure or, I mean, helmet to helmet spearing. I agree with all of those, Danny. I don't think it's part of the game.
Yeah. I don't agree with that. Like if they land on the quarterback, depending on the angle you're at, you can't help gravity. So I think they got to look at the intent of did he intentionally do that? Could he have turned or do something? I think those plays are kind of like, okay, now that player, he didn't mean to do that. But if you see that sucker pick him up in the air and then drive him down,
yeah, that's wrong.
Throw the flag.
That's intent to injure.
Tacking on him and his momentum carries, I don't think he should get penalized for that. But
in this new NFL, you can get a flag for screaming at a quarterback. That's what I saw in the Super Bowl. This is the new NFL.
So that taunting, now see, I think that taunting is stupid. If you look at some player and you beat him and you be like, man, I got you, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. It can't be excessive. Like you still going back 30, 40, 50 seconds. But man, you do a good play. You say, man, I got you, something like that, and run off. I wouldn't blow a whistle. But
somebody
now,
out there is offended. Somebody out there is offended. That's why.
I definitely think stopping the celebration is dumb as fuck. That was one of the best parts of the game sometimes. To see what they're going to come up with the celebration. So I don't agree with that.
Making the game boring.
Yep. Okay, last question. And damn, I was waiting here to get it. Boy, I want to. Me and Alzo had a little friendly little agreement. I said, look, I'm telling you, man, this man right here is going to win the MVP. Nah, he ain't going to win it. He ain't going to win it. But guess who did win it? The bad man won the MVP.
My favorite quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers won the regular season MVP. So I am happy. I am validated. I told Anzo. Anzo was like, the playoffs going to count. I said, no, the playoffs don't count, man. The rules say it's just the regular season. So it's supposed to stop at the regular season.
That's right.
During the regular season, Aaron Rodgers was the better quarterback. Was the best quarterback. I ain't made it that way. I ain't out there doing nothing, throwing balls and doing stuff or adding little tick marks to the count. It's what those writers, the people that vote for him, get the opportunity to vote for him, said the best person in the NFL was Mr. Rodgers, and I 1,000% agree with him.
Anzo thought that Big Ben was going to get comeback player of the year over Alex Smith. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God. And when I told him, I texted him, yo, who do you think got comeback player of the year? He's like, who? Come on, man. The guy had 17 fucking surgeries, and you want to know who? That was crazy. That was crazy.
Every year that Alex Smith plays the NFL game, he should get comeback player of the year.
Survival of the year, something along those lines, you know?
Yeah. Of course, Aaron Rodgers definitely deserves MVP. He plays like he's one of the top quarterbacks every year, regardless of the fact if they don't even bother drafting receivers for him. And he's always been at that elite level, and he's in a situation where they're not trying to help him, and now they're trying to do to him what they did to Brett Favre years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So,
his window is closing. He got to get some help here in the next season or two, or he's going to be past his prime. Right now, he's in his prime, but he's starting to get to the back end of his prime. So he got to make a move this upcoming season or maybe the year after, but they got to do something. If not, he is going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks, and he's going to be another Dan Marino. No, he's not. He won one. He won one. I apologize, but I want him to win two. So I think he's just as equal to. I know he's equal to or greater than Eli Manning. So,
in all honesty, I wish he won it this year.
I did too.
Throw it in Green Bay's face for getting that quarterback.
And you know what? Since I'm obviously on here known to always bring up the 49ers, he should have been our quarterback. I don't know what they were thinking when they drafted him back in the day. They should have drafted him that draft. I'll never forget that draft where he's sitting there until like number 24, and they spent the whole day talking about how great he is. And now look what happened. He should have been ours.
You know, people would ask me, who's your favorite quarterback? I really couldn't even throw out a name. I never really had a favorite quarterback. It's just whoever was quarterback in my team was my favorite at the time, right? That time that someone mentioned Mr. Rogers, and I was like, he's overrated. Fuck that. I wouldn't even consider him because he was having a bad season, whatever. But someone told me do my research, which I did. And when I did my research, I was like, holy fuck. This guy definitely is a bad man.
He's a bad man.
And I just came to like him because of that research I did and realizing that, you know, he's never really ever mentioned. He's thought of, you know, they say, oh, don't forget Rodgers and, oh, you know, you don't forget Green Bay. But he doesn't have all the stars like all these teams that are getting made mention of. And he still is at the dance, still poking like, don't forget me. And his team is like holding him back like the fucking, you know, what's that story? Cinderella, is it? Where, you know, this wicked stepsisters and, you know, holding her back from becoming who she should be.
Yep.
That should be the storyline around him, man. He's a badass man.
Yep.
Respect.
Flash say, Big Ben, this is for you. I love it when you call me Big Mackie. Put your hands in the air if you love McRibs. While we bullshit, man, Deshaun Watson might end up there. I hope he don't, but he might.
They don't have enough, Danny. They don't have the assets for him.
Because I heard that J.J. Schuster wants to go to the Raiders.
Oh. But there's so many things that it said so many quarterbacks are going to be switching. I heard the Raiders are shopping around Derek Carr because Gruden's not a fan of Derek Carr.
That's right. And he's in my overrated class.
Derek Carr?
Yeah, because I think the Raiders are a good-ass team. You put a Deshaun Watson there, and they're Super Bowl contenders because the games that Carr played remotely well, the Raiders dominated, man.
And then one thing they made, I would not have got rid of Khalil Mack. I think
that was their biggest mistake.
I would have done that. No,
but he has a master plan.
They did that because they were moving to Vegas, and Gruden wanted to get those first-round draft picks and make a splash their first year in Vegas. Yeah. Obviously, COVID fucked up their plans.
I think why that was but I wouldn't have done it.
I wouldn't have done it either. Why would you give that away?
That's a generational player there.
I was about to say that same thing, Roberto. Same thing.
You know who else? I have to mention to you guys, that guy, I only saw him play like in the playoffs. That Chase Young boy, That was a beast. Damn. I watched him play. I was like, oh, that's a
Yeah,
right there.
he's getting a lot of praise.
Oh
He's getting a
man,
lot of
that guy.
praise. But you see, he won that Rookie of the Year. I'm more eager to see what he's going to do next year because he's going to
Oh
be
man,
picking up some double teams.
fuck, that boy's a beast, man. Oh my god.
You got one
Well,
on your team.
Yeah, Boza, yeah, Boza. But I just, I don't know what's gonna. I hope they all come back healthy just to see what they can do again.
What was his injury?
ACL. There was in the Jets game.
Ooh.
Solomon went down the same game. Like it was a ankle or ACL or something like that. But yeah, I think it was ACL.
His
If I'm not
knee?
mistaken.
Damn. That's not a position you want to play with a bum knee.
Well, yeah, but you're young, right? Hopefully he can.
It's called recuperation.
Yeah, but they got all this stuff now, and wrong Boza.
I thought Anzo said he's going to come back every now and then. I know he's not West Indian.
There's some serious talking going on. So,
You know what I mean?
but we are at the end of the show.
Boza tore his ACL. That was it. His ACL.
Damn.
And it was a good show as always. I enjoyed the conversation, the chat.
Yeah.
As usual, we always cover NBA and NFL. We'll be back next Saturday, same time.
When you guys gonna cover some UFC? You guys watch MMA?
I don't watch that, but if you want to watch it and then bring it to our attention, then we can definitely try and get Anzo to do a watch party, because we did a watch party on what was that fight? What was the last biggest? When Tyson fought what's the guy?
Oh, Roy Jones.
Roy Jones. You did a watch party on that.
Yeah.
We talked about I think we talked about it the day before, or the next Saturday after. Man, we laughed at that thing so much, man. But sure, none of us watch UFC. But if you watch,
I watch it.
I don't watch it. I didn't.
I watch the big ones.
Yeah, but if there's one coming up that you think would be good to talk about, let us know. Let Anzo know, and we'll do a watch party. Watch it, and we'll discuss it on the following show. I have no problem. I have no problem with boxing, NBA, NFL. I just don't watch baseball. I don't know nothing about. I couldn't tell you. If I had to name 10 players in the MLB, I would, and it was for my life, I would be dead. I couldn't name.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't name a player in baseball right now.
No. So
all I know about baseball is that Magic Johnson owns the Dodgers.
That's about it too. Having said that, want to shout out your channel or anything you want to talk about, Van Diesel?
No. Another great show. One of our missing co-hosts. I'll spread the love for Anzo. Come check us Wednesday, 10 o'clock, OCC, represented. Canadian content with a little bit of American spice. Getting shit off our chest.
This last episode was fireball. Some stuff that was revealed. I was like, whoa.
It was deep. You know, we don't really hold back, man. You get the true version of what it should be. You know, we have to stop all these stigmas and just be real. Come out of your shell.
Quentin, you got anything going on, bro? Or you just
no, man. I'm the only person that's on this show that does not have a YouTube show.
Okay. Well, you're welcome anytime. Anzo can send you the link. Like I said, we on every Saturday at 4, unless I got to do some work on one of my jobs. But usually I'm free on Saturday afternoon, so we do it at 4. So we'll be back next Saturday at 4 if everything goes good. I want to thank Oscillator for being a fantastic mod. He put all the descriptions to our links in the chat. Also want to thank Caleb and Flash, who always join us.
Respect.
Also, Monster Paradise, what's up? Deshaun Wiggins is here. We appreciate it. I don't want to miss anybody. Bosco Scenario, what's up, bro?
I hailed him out.
Guy Scar, appreciate you coming in. King David, we appreciate you being here as well. So we will be back, I said, for the third and final time next Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any questions that you want to see on the show, send them to my Twitter link, which is at Comic Chats with the S, the number 2, at Comic Chats, the letter with the S, with number 2. If I use your question, then I will send you a link to your Twitter account, and you can come in and discuss your question. But again, appreciate the support. And until next time, peace.
We ain't got no more words for brothers that be stepping and frying. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, I and I for 95.